Alright, so I forgot to mention this in the actual video itself, and because this will probably be my last PS Live for the next 2 or 3 days, I kind of just want to get these two things out of the way right now. That way I can come back and just entertain you guys again, because I've been uploading a lot for like the past 2 or 3 weeks, and my math exam is coming up, so I kind of want to focus on that and take a little break, and I'm sure you guys understand all that. But yeah, there's going to be a time thing on your screen right now that'll tell you when the actual video starts. But I would really appreciate it if you guys just like heard me out for the next couple of minutes about what I want to talk about, and this could possibly answer some questions that you guys might have. So yeah, for those of you who will stick around, thank you, and let's start this. Alright, first thing, I finally made a playlist with all my Showdown lives. I thought I had one, but it turns out that I don't, so if you guys maybe missed the PS Live, you guys can go click the playlist, which will be down in the description, and you guys can look through them and maybe watch one that you haven't seen, or if you want to use a certain team that I used in one, then you can watch it. And just, yeah, I did this for you guys, so hopefully y'all do like that, and it will be updated every time I do I said I'm so immature. Every time I do a new PS Live. And yeah, the second thing and the main thing that I want to talk about is that I've noticed some of you guys leaving comments saying, "Oh, Leo, what's happened to your rating? Leo, why do you only leave in the wins when it clearly shows that you lost the battle?" And these things do not bother me. It's completely understandable, and I do respond to them because I don't really care if you guys see them leave that comment, because I know there is an explanation as to why my points might be lower in one battle after it was higher in the battle before it. And I always respond with the same thing, and this is the honest truth, because most of the time when I do a PS Live, I tend to get opponents who don't really know what they're doing, or if they do have a good team, they either make really weird bad plays like switching in a Shaman onto an Escavalier, which is not in this PS Live because just, yeah, it was bad. But yeah, they make weird plays like that, or they have like special attacking Crocodile. Why? And just, yeah, because opponent is just bad. And I say this all the time when somebody says, "Oh, Leo, what happened to your rating?" I don't want to waste my time recording or facing an opponent who doesn't know what they're doing, because I do have that extra time to try to get actual people who know what they're doing. I try to use that time for you guys to upload enjoyable PS Lives, because if I find an opponent who doesn't know what they're doing, I don't want to battle them, so I just leave that battle, and the time that I could have spent battling them, I spend on trying to find an actual opponent who knows what they are doing. And in the end, it ends up working 8 times out of 10, and I don't want that to sound bad or anything, but that's the truth. That's why I may have a lower rating in one battle than I did in the previous battle, because I left a battle or two with somebody who didn't know what they're doing to find the one person who does know what they're doing. And I hope that doesn't sound bad to anybody. As I said, I don't mean this in the wrong way. I'm just explaining as to why I have a lower rating in the second battle than I did in the first battle, because I've had a lot of people comment about it. And yeah, that's it. I know some of you guys might not like that or get upset about it, but if you guys really want, I will more than gladly do a PS Live where I keep all 5 of my first battles in there, and then you guys can see just exactly why I do decide to cut out the certain battles or leave the certain battles against people who don't know what they're doing. And yeah, that's really it. I've taken up enough of your time. For the few of you who have still stuck around to hear me ramble on about this thing, I want to thank you, and here is the actual video itself. So I hope you all enjoy. Pause YouTube. How's it going, everybody? Got for y'all today a UU Showdown Live. Yeah, I know, finally something that's not in you, and I am in the UU mood. I got a really fun new team that I want to try out, which was based around Choice Banded Escavalier and Choice Banded Crobat, two very underrated threats in UU, my opinion. Now, first off, we have Escavalier, and if you're wondering, these speed EVs are enough to outspeed Slowbro and Snorlax that are not invested into speed, and even if they are, they normally don't reach up to 100, so this way I can outspeed them and then knock them out before they can possibly knock me out. Next off, Crobat. I don't really like having max speed, just because this is all the speed you need. You still outspeed base 115 Pokemon. Like, the only Pokemon that's faster than Crobat with the Choice Band and this EV spread is Weavile, which is very rare to see in UU anyway, so I definitely felt that a bit more of a bulky offensive spread was better. Also, the reason why I don't have a fourth move is because honestly, the only 2 moves you ever go with for Choice Banded Crobat is U-Turn and Brave Bird. So yeah, there's really no reason to have something like Cross Poison in my opinion. Next off, we have the standard Manchow. Okay guys, Manchow is literally the best Scarfer in the UU tier, okay? Alright, moving on. We have Blastoise because, I mean, I have Crobat. I wanted to have a spinner, and I went with a bit of a mixed defensive spread, I guess you could say, because I have some special defensive Vs I don't really know. But, yeah, I just was like, I want special defensive Vs, so I threw some in there. Next, we have the ever so loving Cofagrigus. I love this set, guys. Like, Nasurum Cofagrigus is just such a monster. Trust me, you guys should definitely try it out. And finally off, I have Nidoqueen as my stealth rocker of choice because I really like offensive Nidoqueen, plus it's a special attacker and a ground type, and my team really needed those two. And I guess I could have gone with something like Nidoking, but I just really like Nidoqueen because it can still take hits relatively well. But yeah, that's a team. So with that, let's get this started. Alright, so we got our first battle. My opponent has a nice standard team, I guess. I don't know, it looks pretty bulky, not gonna lie. Leads. He might lead off with the Sableye, which is gonna be really damn annoying. I definitely think Nidoqueen is my best lead, as he leads off with the Rhyperior. I'm gonna go straight for the Earth Power, because really I have no reason not to, as he just barely lives. Ah, crap. I thought I would be able to knock out Rhyperior. Oh, that was really dumb of me. I don't even think Brave Bird will knock him out of that amount of HP. And I don't want to bring in my Manchow because then it can bring in Sableye. I think I have to bring in Blastoise. Yeah, so I can kind of just prevent him from getting up hazards for now. So I'm just going to go for the safe Scald. Maybe I can burn the Roserade as he brings it in. And... oh, what do you know? Got a well-trained Blastoise, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so this turn, I'm just going to switch right into my Crobat as he goes for Lair Spikes. With his Rhyperior weakened, I can just straight go for the Brave Bird and knock something out. Yeah, he's going to bring in Rhyperior and... ah, nice 21%. Alright, so I'm going to prevent him from getting up his own rocks, which is going to be really good for me. If not, then I knock something out. As he does just decide to fodder off his Rhyperior. That's perfectly fine by me. Unfortunately, though... oh, I'm dying. Anyways, as I was saying, unfortunately, though, he still has that damn Sableye. As he brings it in... something on my team is going to get burned. But I'm just going to switch into my Tortuga anyways, as he does go for the Will-O-Wisp. Unfortunately, with my Nidoqueen gone, this thing has just become a major problem. I shouldn't have left in Nidoqueen on Rhyperior like that. That was really stupid of me, to be honest. And, I kind of want to predict him to switch back into Roserade. Because why would he stay in? Yeah, I'm going to switch into my Blastoise. I'm going to double switch into Nightmon. And got him! Alright, yes! And now I'm going to go straight for the Mega Horn. Something is getting knocked out. Look at that, guys. Crobat and Nightmon putting in that work. So yeah, what does he want to die? Let's see. Yeah, nothing on his team is going to take this hit. Pretty sure I knock out Sableye as well. Gonna put the timer on so he can just hurry up and make a move. There's not... well, I guess there is some thinking behind this, but something is getting knocked out. Yeah, anyways. Alright, so he decided just to fodder off his Snorlax. I got a crit. That really does not matter just because I do have enough speedy Vs to outspeed Snorlax and Slowbro, I think. Yeah, because I think their speed is like 96. So Nightmon does outspeed them by just a little bit as he brings back in the Sableye. I really do not want to get burned. So I'm just going to make a safe switch back into my Blastoise. As he goes for the Will-O-Wisp yet again. This turn I really just want to go for the Rapid Spin, but I definitely feel like he's going to want to stay in. So what I'm going to do is just go for the safe Skull, predicting him to predict me to predict him to bring in Roserade and double back out into Escavalier. As he goes for the Taunt, I guess he predicted me to go for Foresight or Toxic, which actually is not a bad play at all. Also, he could have predicted me to go for the Roar, because if he did bring in Roserade, obviously I would have been able to roar him out. So by going for the Taunt, that was actually not a bad play on his part. Unfortunately, I don't get the burn, but it's not too big of a deal, As this turn, I really just want to go for the Rapid Spin to get rid of this pesky layer of spikes. But I think in the end, just Scald should be my better play to do, because there's a chance he might want to stay in, predicting me to Rapid Spin, but no, he's just going to make the safe play back into Roserade. That's actually really good for me, as I actually get the burn again. I want to burn the Sableye Blastoise, not the Roserade, man, come on. So, I'm able to burn the Roserade. Dr. Stunjosh. Oh, I know who this is. Oh, what's up, man? Anyways, what's he gonna do? I can just switch back into my Crobat this turn, actually, yeah. As it goes for another layer of spikes. This is not really a good play on his part. I mean, even if he had gone for the Sludge Bomb, it really wouldn't have mattered, so I'm just gonna go for the Brave Bird again. And Crobat and Escavalier, man, putting in that work. Unfortunately, though, that Sableye is really the only one thing stopping me from just leaving in both Crobat and Escavalier, or I can't leave both of them in, I just have to leave one or the other, but you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm just going to go straight for the Brave Bird. As he decides to fodder off the Porygon we lived. What? I'm just going to Brave Bird again. Knowing my luck, he's going to be Scarfed, watch. Well, then at that point, I can just bring in Manchow and safely U-turn, to be honest. So yeah, either way, I'm not in a bad position whatsoever. As he does turn out to be Scarfed, of course. Why would you not be? I'm not upset about that, don't worry. So I can bring back in my this is my first time bringing in Manchow, but I'm just going to go for the safe U-turn because that's really the only play I can do with him still having Sableye around. And at this point, I'm really positive that Cofagrigus can sweep as he decides to bring in the Roserade. I guess he thought I would high jump kick. I'm not sure why he did that though. Well, no, because Sableye could easily live a Shadow Ball then just recover off the damage. Do I really want to risk it though? Because Cofagrigus can definitely sweep from here. I think I can easily live 2 Giga Drains from Roserade, and I know he doesn't have the Sleep Powder because Spikes and Sleep Powder together is illegal on Roserade. So I think I'm going to take this opportunity just to go for the Trick Room, and there's a chance he might want to switch into Sharpedo for some reason. And I can then just clean knock him out with the Hidden Power Fighting as he makes a safe switch by bringing in the Porygon Z. I'm going to be faster than him due to the fact that I do indeed have the Trick Room up, so I can just safely go for the Hidden Power Fighting. Excuse me. So yeah, either way, just Hidden Power Fighting is definitely my safest and best play to do in this certain situation, as I'm able to knock out the Porygon Z. He's probably going to bring in the Sableye this turn, just because, I mean, he can shut me down, which will be really bad for me. But I might just Nasty Plot on the Sableye, because he might go for the Will-O-Wisp. Although there's a chance he could also just go for the Taunt. And no, he brings in the Roserade. I guess he thinks he can live a hit. But what I'm going to do is just Shadow Ball and... Oh! He did live! Was not expecting that. Crap. Okay. I'm going to Nasty Plot this turn. Yeah, okay. As he goes for the Giga Drain, thankfully it's not doing entirely too much damage. So next turn I will safely be able to go for another Shadow Ball. Even if I don't knock him out, I'm still going to be able to get up a Trick Room again. As he just... Cofagrigus, what are you doing? Was this my last turn? I think it was. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just going to Trick Room again because really I have no reason not to. Yeah, I'm in a really good position. All I have to do is just weaken this Roserade and get rid of Sableye, and I should be able to deal with Sharpedo with my Escavalier. Oops, no, stop. Hello? Oops, okay. He went for Synthesis as I go for another Trick Room. Let's see, how much did the Shadow Ball do last time? 65%. So this turn, I'm going to Nasty Plot one more time. Because at +4, I should definitely be able to knock him out. As he does go for Synthesis, got him. And now I'm going to be able to, hopefully, this is +4. Thank you, Cofagrigus, putting in that work. Alright, that's a good game. I win. Because I should be able to easily knock out Sableye at +4. And then I will be faster than Sharpedo due to the fact that Trick Room is up. So yeah, either way, that is a good game. There's not really much for you to think about, man. Come on. So he's going to bring in the Sharpedo. I'm just going to go straight for the Hidden Power Fighting. Even if he switches into Sableye and tries to double back into Sharpedo on my Shadow Ball, it's not going to matter. As it goes for a Protect. If he gets a double Protect, that's going to be highly upsetting. I really want a Shadow Ball. I'm going to Shadow Ball. Oh, got him! Haha! Get up out of here. Alright. As he brings in the Sharpedo. I'm going to Trick Room just to be safe as he just clean knocks me out. Okay. Oh, I gave him my mummy. Yes! I win. I win. It's a good game. Because now I can just bring in Manchow and just safely go for U-turn. Yeah. Look at that, man. Cofagrigus putting in that work. This is why I love Nasty Room Cofagrigus. So that was a good game. That was a fun first game. Alright guys, so we got battle number 2. And my opponent has such an offensive team. Holy crap. That's a threat. That's a threat. That's a threat. That's a threat. That's annoying. That's a threat. Leads. He might lead off with the Azelf. So I think I'm just going to lead off with my Crobat. And yep, he does lead off with the Azelf. I do have enough speed to outspeed non-scarfed Azelfs. So what I'm going to do is just go safely for the U-turn. And then probably bring in my Escavalier. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is bring in Blastoise, because he shouldn't be able to do anything to my Blastoise. As he actually goes straight for the Psych. Oh my lord, that did so much damage. Holy crap. I'm just going to Rapid Spin. And yep, got him. Okay, good. So I prevented him from getting up rocks. Unfortunately, though, he really weakened my Blastoise. Why are you saying whoa, man? Thank you, friend. I don't know, the rocks were a little bit too obvious. I mean, even at that point, he would have died off to the Rapid Spin, so it's not that big of a deal. As he brings in the Togekiss, the most annoying thing in the world to face. I'm going to go for the Toxic, as he switches into Weavile, predicting me to bring in Nidoqueen. Not a bad play on his part, but really, I really had no reason to switch out. And now I put this Weavile on a timer, which is just going to be so good for me. I'm going to switch into my Escavalier as he switches out into the Togekiss. Okay, that's fine by me. So what I'm going to do this turn is probably just go for the Iron Head. As he goes for the Thunder Wave. Don't get paralyzed. Let's try this again. Going to go for the Iron Head. Oh, nice 50%. Wow, that did so much damage. Okay, this turn I'm going to bring in my Nidoqueen, predicting him just to go for the Roost. And no, he Air Slashes. Thankfully, though, I live the hit, and I do have enough speed to outspeed non-invested Togekiss, I believe. And yes! Okay, good. One giant threat out of the way. Unfortunately, though, he can now easily revenge kill me with really anything, honestly. From looks of his team, though, Cofagrigus is definitely going to have a good time. As he brings in the Weavile. I really do not want to give him a free Swords Dance. And yeah, well, at this point I don't really need my Nidoqueen, so I'm just going to go for the Earth Power as he just knocks me out with the Ice Punch. That's perfectly fine by me, because this turn I can now bring in Escavalier, click the Mega Horn, and as long as I don't get paralyzed or miss, I should be in a good position. And I should be able to live any hit that his Weavile wants to go for. So yeah, in the end, just Mega Horn is definitely my best play to do as he goes for the low kick, and well-trained Escavalier. Alright. So, able to get rid of the Weavile. And what's he going to bring in? He can probably bring in Manchow. No, he brings in Kingdra. Okay. I'm going to Mega Horn. As he goes for the Rain Dance. Thankfully, I don't get paralyzed. It just died. I don't know if that crit really mattered. But yeah, I clean knock out. Holy crap, dude. Escavalier is putting in some work. Oh, and he just left. He had a really high ranking. Wow, Escavalier, look at that, putting in the work. Alright guys, so, I'm gonna go get another battle. Alright guys, so we got battle number 3, and I'm happy I'm actually getting people who know what they're doing. And yeah, anyways, this guy has a really fun looking team. Leads though, again, another Rhyperior. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. I think I'm just gonna lead off with Nidoqueen as he leads off with the Crobat. That's perfectly fine by me. Because what I'm going to do is just maybe go straight for the Ice Beam, although there's a chance he might just want to go for the U-turn. I think in the end, just Ice Beam is my best play, as he does indeed taunt me, and... Oh, what are you doing? Don't. You're not supposed to live that, man. And I'm going Earth Power. Oh, actually, yeah, Earth Power should be my best play. Because I thought he would go for the Roost, but he makes a good play by just going for the U-turn, predicting me to Earth Power. So that's not a bad play at all. As he brings in the Heracross, and I got predicted. I should be able to live any hit that he wants to go for. So what I'm going to do is go for the Fire Blast. And yep, and I'm going to be able to get rid of one giant ass threat known as Heracross. Blah. Couldn't speak for a second there. Alright, what's he going to bring in now? I feel like he might just bring... No, yeah, I think he's going to just bring in Crobat. Or actually, he could easily bring in... No. What he should do is bring in Crobat because, yeah, now that my taunt is gone, I can get up my Stealth Rocks. And I know Nidoqueen is definitely going to be of help later in this game. So what I'm going to do is switch into my Escavalier as he goes for the Brave Bird and dies off to the recoil. Alright, good. So this means I will be able to get up my rocks later as he brings in the Rotom. I really want to keep my Escavalier. And I definitely feel like he's just going to go for the Overheat because Escavalier is a giant threat to his team. What don't I need? Maybe no, because yeah, if I lose Manshell and this is Scarf, that'll be really bad for me. I want to keep this because late game I can definitely put in some work with Cofagrigus, and I really want to get on my Stealth Rocks, plus I can also weaken the Rhyperior. I want to keep this because if I get a free switch on the Slowking, something is going to get knocked out or take a huge hit. The question is though, what do I not need? Maybe Nidoqueen. Yeah, I'm just gonna switch into my Nidoqueen. And he just does go for the save overheat. That was honestly too obvious. That was honestly the only play he could have done. Then this turn, I can actually, yeah, okay, what I'm gonna do is bring in my Blastoise and go for the Toxic. So I can start getting residual damage on the Slowking or the Blastoise, which is gonna be really good for me in the long run of this battle. Plus, with him being at -2, even if it was like Expert Belt or something, Volt Switch wouldn't be able to knock me out. So I managed to Toxic the Blastoise, which is really good for me. Then this turn, Blastoise is actually really fast. Yeah, there's no way my Escavalier is outspeeding this. I might go for the Scald. Yeah, I'm going for Scald so I can just start wearing him down. Did he go for the Roar? No, he went for his own Scald. Don't burn me! Ow! My feelings. No, that's fine, that's fine. I'm not actually too upset about that. So what I'm going to do this turn is just go for another Scald. As he switches into the Slowking, a nice play on his part. Can I get a burn? No, I wanted Toxic. Why did I... Crap. It's not that my throat is dry. I think I'm getting sick again. Well, anyways, managed to get off a nice amount of damage on the Slowking. So this turn, I don't feel comfortable switching into my Escavalier. Well, actually, I might be able to. No, yeah, I think in the end just Scald is my best play, as I'm going to be able to wear him down accordingly. Holy crap, that did so much damage. Is this thing Specs? This has to be Specs, because that Psychic did a lot of damage. Holy crap. Well, what I'm going to do is just go for another Scald. Yeah. As he makes a safe play into the Blastoise, I'm actually not too upset about that. I was also thinking about maybe going for the Toxic, but in the end, Scald is definitely my better play. But that's really cool. Choice Spec Slowking in UU. I actually like Choice Spec Slowbro in UU. I've used it once or twice. But Slowking is definitely viable in UU. Anyways, something is telling me that he has like Rest or something. But what I'm going to do is just go for the Scald again because that's my best play to do, as I'm really starting to wear him down. Unfortunately, this turn I will die off to the Toxic. I'm not the Toxic, but to the Burn. So what I can do is bring in my Crobat, maybe? Hold on. Alright, unfortunately, U-turn does not knock this out, and I really don't want my Cofagrigus to get burned. I'm gonna have to make a risky play. The question is though, do I U-turn or Brave Bird? Because if I Brave Bird, he can bring in Rhyperior, get up his Stealth Rocks, and that'll put me in a very bad disadvantage. And if I U-turn, I risk something on my team getting burned. I think I have to U-turn. Yes! Got him! Alright, good. What to bring in? I'm gonna bring in Manshell. Let's see what he wants to do. Let's see what he wants to do. So I can bring my Manchow, and I'm gonna high jump kick. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. High jump kick. This is my best play to do right now. And I'm able to knock out the Rhyperior, which means no Stealth Rocks for him. And he's gonna bring in the Slow King. Do I need Crobat? No, yeah, because at this point I win the game with Manchow. So what I'm gonna do is just bring in my Crobat for fodder as he goes for the Surf, and I live that. Thank you. All right, good. And now I could U-turn, but I just really want a Brave Bird. I was not expecting that to knock out Slowking. Holy crap. As this turn, I really want to bring in Manchow. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in Manchow. As he brings in the Rotom, because at max HP, I don't know if I knock him out with the high jump kick, so what I'm gonna do is just go for the U-turn and get off a bit of damage. That way I can just bring in my Escavalier as he goes for the Thunderbolt. Oh, and I lived. Wow. Pursuit? Well, that's fine. Then I'm really sure Cofagrigus. Yeah. Hold on. I have to run a calc. I apologize for some of the calcs. No, yeah, I just annihilate that thing now. So I can bring in my Manchow this turn and high jump kick. Okay, if I miss this, then I lose. Like, literally. It all comes down to this. Come on, after making that play with U-turn, come on. Come on, Whiskers. Come on, Manchow. Thank you. And that's a good game. This was fun. This was a fun game. And I'm gonna miss high jump kick. As he scalds and crits me. Okay. Oh, this is not looking good for me. Come on. Actually, no, yeah, Cofagrigus is bulky. Look at that. And I'll be able to bring him down to a point where Toxic will knock him out. If not, then even with the crit, he won't knock me out. And I'm just going to go for a Nasty Plot, I guess. I don't know if for some reason he had like rest or something. But yeah, GG. That was fun. GG. Alright guys, I think I might have enough time for one more battle, so gonna go get one more. Alright guys, so unfortunately I couldn't find another opponent and Laura will be home soon, so I kinda am just gonna cut this one a little bit short. I apologize that this is probably gonna be a little bit short of a PS Live, but hopefully you guys still enjoy. Let's take a quick look at the fun team once more. We got Choice Banded Escavalier, Choice Banded Crobat, Scarf Manchow, Standard Blast, well not Standard Blastoise because mixed defensive, Nasty Room Cofagrigus, which is a threat, and then finally off Nidoqueen. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the short PS Live. I know I said I would make these longer, so I promise that the next one will be longer than this one. And yeah, with that guys, if you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to some more content, and I will see you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your night, and enjoy the rest of your day. So later everybody.